The wise will hear and increase their learning, and the person of understanding will acquire wise counsel and the skill to steer his course wisely and lead others to the truth. The reverent fear of the Lord, that is, worshiping Him and regarding Him as truly awesome, is the beginning and the preeminent part of knowledge, its starting point and its essence. My child, listen when your father corrects you. Don't neglect your mother's instruction. What you learn from them will crown you with grace and be a chain of honor around your neck. Dear friend, if bad companions tempt you, don't go along with them. If they say, "Come along with us, let's lie in wait for innocent blood, let's ambush some harmless soul, we will get all sorts of valuable things and fill our houses with plunder, cast lots with us, we will all share the loot." Oh, friend, don't give them a second look, don't listen to them for a minute. They're racing to a very bad end, hurrying to ruin everything they lay hands on. But when these men set a trap for others, they are lying in wait for their own blood, they set an ambush for their own lives. So are the ways of everyone who is greedy of gain. Such greed for plunder takes away the lives of its possessors. Wisdom shouts in the street, she raises her voice in the markets, she calls out at the head of the noisy streets where large crowds gather. At the entrance of the city gates she speaks her words. How long, O naive ones, you who are easily misled, will you love being simple-minded and undiscerning? How long will scoffers, who ridicule and deride, delight in scoffing? How long will fools who obstinately mock truth, hate knowledge? If you will turn and pay attention to my rebuke, behold, I wisdom will pour out my spirit on you, I will make my words known to you. Because I called and you refused to answer, I stretched out my hand and no one has paid attention to my offer, and you treated all my counsel as nothing and would not accept my reprimand. When your dread and panic come like a storm, and your disaster comes like a whirlwind, when anxiety and distress come upon you as retribution, then they will call upon me, wisdom, but I will not answer, they will seek me eagerly but they will not find me. Because they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord, that is, obeying Him with reverence and awe-filled respect, they would not accept my counsel, and they spurned all my rebuke. Therefore, they must eat the bitter fruit of living their own way, choking on their own schemes. For simpletons turn away from me, to death. Fools are destroyed by their own complacency. But all who listen to me will live in peace, untroubled by fear of harm. Making your ear attentive to skillful and godly wisdom and inclining and directing your heart and mind to understanding, applying all your powers to the quest for it. Yes, if you cry out for insight and raise your voice for understanding. If you seek skillful and godly wisdom as you would silver, and search for her as you would hidden treasures, then you will understand the reverent fear of the Lord, that is, worshiping Him and regarding Him as truly awesome. And discover the knowledge of God. For the Lord gives skillful and godly wisdom. From His mouth come knowledge and understanding. He stores away sound wisdom for the righteous, those who are in right standing with Him. He is a shield to those who walk in integrity, those of honorable character and moral courage. He guards the paths of justice. And He preserves the way of His saints, believers. Then you will understand righteousness and justice in every circumstance and integrity in every good path. For skillful and godly wisdom will enter your heart and knowledge will be pleasant to your soul. Discretion will watch over you, understanding and discernment will guard you. To deliver you from the way of evil and evil men, from men who speak perverse things and are liars, from those who leave the paths of uprightness to walk in the ways of darkness, who find joy in doing evil and delight in the perversity of evil, whose paths are crooked, and who are devious in their ways, to keep you from the immoral woman, from the seductress with her flattering words. For the upright, those who are in right standing with God, will live in the land. And those of integrity who are blameless in God's sight will remain in it, but the wicked will be cut off from the land. And the treacherous shall be forcibly uprooted and removed from it. My son, forget not my law or teaching, but let your heart keep my commandments. For length of days and years of life worth living in tranquility and prosperity, the wholeness of life's blessings, they will add to you. Let not mercy and kindness, shutting out all hatred and selfishness and truth, shutting out all deliberate hypocrisy or falsehood forsake you. Bind them about your neck, write them upon the tablet of your heart. So shall you find favor, good understanding, and high esteem in the sight or judgment of God and man. Trust in and rely confidently on the Lord with all your heart, and do not rely on your own insight or understanding. In all your ways know and acknowledge and recognize Him, and He will make your paths straight and smooth, removing obstacles that block your way. Do not be wise in your own eyes, fear the Lord, with reverent awe and obedience, and turn entirely away from evil. This will bring health to your body and nourishment to your bones. Honor the Lord with your capital and sufficiency from righteous labors, and with the first fruits of all your income. So shall your storage places be filled with plenty, and your vats shall be overflowing with new wine. My son, do not reject or take lightly the discipline of the Lord. Learn from your mistakes and the testing that comes from His correction through discipline. Nor despise His rebuke. For those whom the Lord loves He corrects, even as a father corrects the son in whom he delights. Happy, blessed, considered fortunate, to be admired, is the man who finds skillful and godly wisdom, and the man who gains understanding and insight, learning from God's word and life's experiences. For wisdom's profit is better than the profit of silver, and her gain is better than fine gold. She is more precious than rubies, and nothing you can wish for compares with her in value. Long life is in her right hand, in her left hand are riches and honor. Her ways are highways of pleasantness and favor, and all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to those who take hold of her, and happy, blessed, considered fortunate, to be admired, is everyone who holds her tightly. The Lord by His wisdom has founded the earth, by His understanding He has established the heavens. By His knowledge the deeps were broken up and the clouds drip with dew. My son, do not let wisdom and understanding out of your sight, preserve sound judgment and discretion, and they will be life to your soul, your inner self, and a gracious adornment to your neck, your outer self. Then you will walk on your way of life securely, and your foot will not stumble. When you lie down, you will not be afraid. When you lie down, your sleep will be sweet. No need to panic over alarms or surprises, or predictions that doomsday is just around the corner, because God will be right there with you. He'll keep you safe and sound. Never walk away from someone who deserves help. Your hand is God's hand for that person. Don't tell your neighbor maybe some other time or try me tomorrow when the money's right there in your pocket. Don't figure ways of taking advantage of your neighbor when he's sitting there trusting and unsuspecting. Do not accuse anyone for no reason, when they have done you no harm. Do not envy a man of violence and do not choose any of his ways. For the devious are repulsive to the Lord, but his private counsel is with the upright, those with spiritual integrity and moral courage. The wise will inherit honor and glory, but dishonor and shame is conferred on fools. Get skillful and godly wisdom. Acquire understanding, actively seek spiritual discernment, mature comprehension, and logical interpretation. Do not forget nor turn away from the words of my mouth. Forsake not wisdom, and she will keep, defend, and protect you. Love her, and she will guard you. The beginning of wisdom is, get skillful and godly wisdom, it is preeminent. And with all your acquiring, get understanding, actively seek spiritual discernment, mature comprehension, and logical interpretation. Prize wisdom highly and exalt her, and she will exalt and promote you. She will bring you to honor when you embrace her. She shall give to your head a wreath of gracefulness, a crown of beauty and glory will she deliver to you. Hear, O my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of your life shall be many. I will teach you wisdom's ways and lead you in straight paths. When you walk, you won't be held back. When you run, you won't stumble. Take hold of my instructions, don't let them go. Guard them, for they are the key to life. Don't do as the wicked do. And don't follow the path of evildoers. Don't even think about it, don't go that way. Turn away and keep moving. For the wicked cannot sleep unless they do evil. And they are deprived of sleep unless they make someone stumble and fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness, and drink the wine of violence. But the path of the uncompromisingly just and righteous is like the light of dawn, that shines more and more brighter and clearer until it reaches its full strength and glory in the perfect day to be prepared. The way of the wicked is like deep darkness, they do not know over what they stumble. My child, pay attention to what I say. Listen carefully to my words. Don't lose sight of them. Let them penetrate deep into your heart, for they bring life to those who find them, and healing to their whole body. Guard your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life. Put away from you false and dishonest speech, and willful and contrary talk, put far from you. Let your eyes look right on with fixed purpose, and let your gaze be straight before you. Consider well the path of your feet, and let all your ways be established in order to right. Do not turn away to the right nor to the left where evil may lurk. Turn your foot from the path of evil. My son, be attentive to my wisdom, godly wisdom, learned by costly experience. Incline your ear to my understanding, then you will show discernment, and your lips will express what you've learned. For the lips of an immoral woman drip honey, like a honeycomb, and her speech is smoother than oil, but in the end she is as bitter as poison, as dangerous as a double-edged sword. Her feet go down to death, her steps lead straight to the grave. So that she does not think seriously about the path of life, her ways are aimless and unstable, you cannot know where her path leads. Let your way in life be far from her, and come not near the door of her house, Avoid the very scenes of temptation, lest you give your honor to others and your years to those without mercy. Strangers will consume your wealth, and someone else will enjoy the fruit of your labor. In the end you will groan in anguish when disease consumes your body. You will say, "How I hated discipline. If only I had not ignored all the warnings. Oh, why didn't I listen to my teachers? Why didn't I pay attention to my instructors? I have come to the brink of utter ruin, and now I must face public disgrace." Drink water from your own well, share your love only with your wife. Why spill the water of your springs in the streets, having sex with just anyone? Confine yourself to your own wife. Let your children be yours alone, and not the children of strangers with you. Let your fountain, wife, be blessed with the rewards of fidelity, and rejoice in the wife of your youth. She is a loving deer, a graceful doe. Let her breast satisfy you always. May you always be captivated by her love. Why be captivated, my son, by an immoral woman, or fondle the breasts of a promiscuous woman? For the Lord sees clearly what a man does, examining every path he takes.